Just making sure that I'm not confused.
You are, but that's fine. We all are.
I know, but we got to get the show started first.
Merry Christmas, monkeys.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
monkeys.
Chrysler.
Chrysler.
Merry Compton.
Straight out of Compton.
Merry Crema.
Crumma.
Merry Christmas Birthmas.
Yeah, that thing. That thing. Can y'all believe it's like Christmas?
It is Christmas. I mean, it's not technically Christmas right this minute, but it is Christmas right this minute.
Exactly, because, if you've been with us for a while, you know more in the future than we know right at this moment in time. So it's great. You know more about what we're doing than we know anyhow. Yep.
That's incorrect, because we will know what we're doing at this time, because there will be multiple of us in the world. There'll be the recorded us and the present us and the us that are in the future.
Yeah. This time is also this time.
Do you see the look on my face?
Yeah, there's past us, present us, and future us.
Welcome to Quantum Mechanics, the podcast.
Okay, wait a minute. Here. There's intro music for that.
No.
Yeah, let it roll.
Get ready for unfiltered banter, laughs, and a barrel of fun. This is Monkeys Unfiltered.
Welcome to this episode of Monkeys Unfiltered, where today we are going to gather around an imaginary fireplace. We're going to imagine that there is a fire burning in the hearth, crackling, warming the room. Our stockings are hung and we're waiting on St. Nick. Yay! The tradition for Christmas time. I'm struggling today. In a lot of homes, there is a Christmas tradition of reading a Christmas story. When I was a kid, we always read, what was the one about throwing the window open?
You're gonna shoot your eye out. Oh, Christmas story, sorry.
What? What was the story about? You throw up the window and there was a clatter and on Donner and on Blitzen and me in my nightcap and mom in her kerchief or something. I forget what that's called.
Song?
No, that's exactly how it goes. You're right.
It's actually technically a poem, but my grandparents poem.
Is there an I in that word?
A poem. A
poem.
Poem.
It's very poignant.
It's a poem. It's demure. Be quiet. It's very demure.
It's mooding.
Anyways, my grandparents, roll it in. I mean, this is which we're trying to finish up the year here, buddies. My grandparents would read that to us.
Our mind.
I know. My grandparents would read that to us when we were kids. The Night Before Christmas is what it was called. But I thought this week we would read A Christmas Carol. However, this is a Christmas carol set in the jungle with a troop of monkeys that hopefully you will recognize.
As all good things are.
Bahamut.
Oh, nice.
So this is A Christmas Carol Monkey Edition.
Marley Monkey was dead. No monkey doubted that. His death certificate was signed by the head minster monkey, the clerk of the jungle, and the undertaker of chimps. Even Scrooge Monkey, Marley Monkey's business partner, signed it. And Scrooge Monkey's name was as good as gold in the trading jungle. Old Marley Monkey was dead and as dried up as a banana. Why is this so important to know? Because if Marley Monkey weren't dead, the strange events that followed would seem like a bunch of nonsense and some serious monkey business. Now Scrooge, the grumpiest monkey in the jungle, never bothered to paint over Marley Monkey's name on the sign of the trading tree. It still read Scrooge and Marley's Banana Exchange. Their company was well known, and monkeys called Scrooge by either name, but it didn't matter to him as long as the bananas kept rolling in. Oh, but Scrooge! He was a cold, heartless monkey, tight with money, harsh, and given the choice, he would rather not engage with other monkeys, for he had no use for them. He was meaner than a troop of hangry baboons. I almost said buffoons. Okay. Let me try that again. I'm sorry, this is going to be a terrible edit for you, Mom. He was meaner than a troop of hangry baboons. His fur always seemed to bristle with irritation, and his tail never twitched with joy. No other monkey dared approach him unless absolutely necessary. It was Christmas Eve, and the jungle was alive with cheer. Young monkeys swung through the vines, chattering about the feast to come. But Scrooge sat in his trading tree, counting bananas and grumbling. The door to his office was open, so he could keep an eye on his clerk, Bob Cratchit Monkey, who worked in a cold, dimly lit corner, struggling to warm his paws with a tiny fire. Outside, the weather was freezing. The fog was so thick you could barely see your hand in front of your face. Quick side note, it was freezing in the jungle? That's fun.
Hey. It's Christmas.
Right. Suddenly, a cheerful young monkey burst into the treehouse. It was Scrooge's nephew, Fred Monkey, a golden-furred lad with a sunny disposition. "Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge," Fred Monkey chirped, his tail curling with excitement. "Bah! Humbug!" Scrooge Monkey snarled. "Christmas a humbug? You can't mean that, Uncle," Fred Monkey replied, swinging closer. "I do mean it. What reason do you have to be merry? You're as poor as they come." "And what reason do you have to be miserable?" Fred Monkey countered. "You're richer than rich."
Scrooge's tail lashed in annoyance. If I had my way, every monkey who goes around yelling Merry Christmas would be strung up by their tail, bound with tinsel vines, with a sprig of holly stuck in their mouths. "Uncle," chirped Fred Monkey.
Scrooge is into some stuff, man.
"Nephew, you keep Christmas as you see fit and leave me to ignore it as I see fit. It has never made me richer." "Yep, and ignore it you do," said Fred Monkey. But he wasn't discouraged. Fred Monkey believed Christmas was the time for kindness, charity, and goodwill. "And though it has never put a penny in my pocket, Uncle, I say it has done me good, and I will continue to celebrate it." Fred chuckled with joy as he invited Scrooge to join the family for Christmas dinner, but Scrooge refused. "Celebrate without me," he barked. Fred Monkey, still cheerful, wished him a Merry Christmas and left. Just then, 2 monkeys swung by asking for donations to help the sick and starving monkeys in the forest. "Are there no work troops or prisons?" Scrooge growled. "Can't they find shelter there?" "Yes, but these are good monkeys who have fallen on hard times. Likely they would rather starve than choose prison," one of the charitable monkeys said softly. "Let them starve, then, and reduce the surplus population in the jungle," Scrooge snapped. The 2 monkeys were horrified and left without saying another word. By the end of the day, Bob Cratchit Monkey timidly asked for Christmas Day off. Scrooge Monkey grumbled but reluctantly agreed. "But be here early the next morning," he snapped. As the moon rose over the jungle, Scrooge trudged home to his hollowed-out tree. But as he put his paw on the door, something strange happened. The knothole on his tree transformed into a face. A ghostly image of Marley Monkey stared out at him, his eyes glowing faintly in the moonlight. It wasn't a trick of light. Scrooge saw it clearly. Marley's ghostly face stared at him, its expression full of sorrow. Scrooge blinked and the face disappeared. "Ah," he said, trying to shake it off, and went inside. That night, as he sat by the fire, Scrooge Monkey heard a terrible noise. Chains clanking, footsteps echoing. The sound grew louder until the ghost of Jacob Marley appeared before him. "Marley," Scrooge gasped. "In the fur," Marley groaned, his voice heavy with sorrow. "And you best hear me, Ebenezer Scrooge Monkey. I wear these chains I forged in life. I made it link by link through my selfishness. Yours is even longer and heavier than mine. You need to change your ways." Scrooge's paws trembled. "What do you want with me?" "To warn you," he replied. Marley explained that he was doomed to wander the earth, witnessing the suffering of others but unable to help. So he had come to warn Scrooge. "You have a chance to escape my fate," Marley said. "You will be visited by 3 spirits. Expect the first when the clock strikes midnight. Heed their lessons or you will share my fate." And with that, Marley vanished into the shadows, leaving Scrooge alone in the cold treehouse.
Damn, Marley went to hell. That's crazy.
Shackled and chained.
Dude, anybody else get Herbert vibes from that?
from Marley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like the monkey's paw story.
Yeah, I know. When it said Bob
the
Cratchit
chains
was
and-
warming his little paws, I was like, "Oh God, what is it with us and monkey paws?"
But dude, that's cute though. He's warming his little paws
little
in the
paws.
tiny fire. Yeah,
Warming his little paws by the fire.
I don't know, that tinsel thing really threw me for a loop though. That was crazy.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to put it in their mouth. Anyway.
All right. Well, Scrooge is Anyhow, carrying on.
Scrooge Monkey went to bed but couldn't sleep. The words of Marley Monkey's ghost echoed in his mind. 3 spirits would visit him. He tried to convince himself it was all a dream, but he couldn't shake the unease. When the clock struck midnight, light flooded the room. Scrooge Monkey sat up, startled, and saw a figure standing by his bed. A small, glowing monkey with fur like moonlight and eyes like stars. It carried a flaming banana that lit up the room.
Mm-hmm.
"Are you the spirit Marley said would visit me?" Scrooge asked nervously. "I am the ghost of Christmas past," the spirit said, its voice soft yet commanding. "Whose past?" Scrooge asked. "Your past," the spirit said. "Take my paw and come with me." Monkey paw again. The ghost led Scrooge through the hollow tree and into the night. Suddenly, they were in a clearing in the jungle, watching a scene that Scrooge soon recognized. It was his old jungle schoolhouse. Inside the classroom, a young monkey sat alone, drawing pictures of festive jungle feasts in the dirt. Scrooge's breath caught in his throat. It was himself, as a child, left behind while the other monkeys went home for the holidays. "Poor little monkey," Scrooge whispered. The ghost looked at him. "Do you remember how you felt?" Scrooge nodded, unable to speak. He watched as his younger self distracted himself with books, imagining grand adventure to keep the loneliness at bay. "Let's see another Christmas," the spirit said, and the scene shifted. This time, Scrooge saw a young girl monkey burst into the classroom. It was his sister, Fran Monkey, her fur gleaming with excitement. "Ebenezer," she squealed, "come here. Father says you can join us for Christmas this year." Scrooge smiled faintly, remembering how much he had loved his sister. "She was a sweet child," he said softly. "She died young, but left behind one child, my nephew." "Your nephew, Fred Monkey?" the spirit said. Scrooge winced, but said nothing. The spirit fell silent. Its glowing eyes seemed to pierce Scrooge's heart. The scene shifted again, and Scrooge saw himself as a young monkey, apprenticed to a kind, jolly business monkey named Mr. Fezwig. Fezwig was hosting a grand Christmas party for his employees and their families. Music, dancing, and laughter filled the room. "Look at that," Scrooge exclaimed. "What a wonderful monkey he was." "He didn't spend much on this party," the ghost said. "Yet he brought so much joy." Scrooge Monkey nodded, deep in thought. The scene shifted once more. Now Scrooge saw a young version of himself sitting with a lovely female monkey, Belle. She looked at him with sad eyes. "Ebenezer," she said, "I cannot be with you any longer. You've changed. You care more about your banana hoard than me."
Shush.
"Nonsense," young Scrooge replied. "I'm just being practical and building a secure future." "You'll never have enough," Belle Monkey said softly, "so I wish you happiness. I cannot stay. Goodbye, Ebenezer." Scrooge watched in agony as Belle walked away, leaving his younger self alone. "Spirit, take me away from here," Scrooge cried. "I can't bear it." But the spirit showed him one final scene. Belle Monkey years later, surrounded by her happy family. She was older, but still beautiful, and her little monkey gathered around her. Her husband mentioned seeing Scrooge in town, commenting on what a lonely and bitter man he had become. "Enough!" Scrooge Monkey shouted. "Leave me!" The ghost extinguished its flaming banana, and Scrooge found himself back in his cold, dark treehouse. His tail twitched with fear. Feeling exhausted and overwhelmed, he didn't have much time to rest. The clock was about to strike 1.
Scrooge woke up just before the clock struck 1. This time, he was prepared. He sat up, his fur bristling with nervous energy, waiting for the next visitor. When the hour struck, nothing happened at first, but then a golden light shone from under the door, filling the hollows of his tree. Scrooge climbed out of bed and cautiously opened the door. He found his usually gloomy treehouse transformed. It was now bursting with life. Banana leaves adorned the walls, vines hung from the branches, and tropical fruits overflowed from baskets. The smell of fresh jungle treats filled the air. In the center of it all sat a massive orangutan, full of warmth and cheer. The ghost of Christmas present wore a crown of jungle flowers and a deep green cloak bordered with white fur. His bright eyes gleamed with joy, and he held a glowing coconut filled with sparkling nectar. "Come in, Scrooge," the spirit boomed, its voice echoing through the trees. "Come in and know me better, monkey." Scrooge entered hesitantly. The ghost's voice was loud and joyful, but its presence was commanding. "I am the ghost of Christmas present," the orangutan said. "Touch my vine."
See, I should take into account I work with children when I write.
Literally, your children. All right, take 2. "Touch my vine, and we shall explore."
Oh my goodness.
It got worse.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Change it to cloak so you can get through it.
Take 3. "Touch my vine, and we shall explore." Scrooge obeyed. The spirit radiated a kindness and generosity that Scrooge couldn't help but admire, though it made him uneasy. "Spirit," Scrooge said, "take me where you will. I went along with the first spirit, and I learned something. If you have anything to teach me, let me profit by it." He grabbed the thick vine and wrapped around the spirit's arm. In a flash, they were swinging through the jungle. They landed in the heart of the village on Christmas morning. The air was filled with sounds of laughter, church bells, and cheerful greetings. Monkeys of all kinds were chattering, laughing, and sharing food. Young monkeys played games, while elders gathered in the shade to tell stories. "These monkeys seem happy," Scrooge muttered. "They are," the spirit replied. "Even with so little, they find joy in each other." The spirit led Scrooge to the home of Bob Cratchit Monkey, his overworked clerk. Bob's family lived in a modest treetop hut, its walls made of woven leaves but clearly filled with warmth and love. Inside, the Cratchit troop was preparing a simple Christmas feast. Bob's wife served small portions of fruit and nuts while their children chattered excitedly. They made the most of what little they had, and their excitement was contagious. Just then, Bob Monkey entered the room carrying his youngest son, Tiny Tim Monkey, on his back. Tiny Tim Monkey was cursed with a frail frame and weak legs that made it difficult for him to climb, but his cheerful spirit lit up the room. "God bless us, everyone," Tiny Tim Monkey squeaked. Scrooge's tail drooped as he watched the scene. "Spirit," he asked, "will Tiny Tim survive?" The orangutan's smile faded. "I see an empty chair in the corner and a crutch without an owner. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die." Scrooge Monkey's heart sank. "Oh no, kind spirit, say he will be spared." The spirit looked at Scrooge with a stern expression. If he is to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population. It echoed Scrooge's own words, and Scrooge hung his head in shame. Scrooge winced at hearing his own words repeated back to him. The Cratchits sat down for their small meal, but the love and warmth in their home made it feel like a grand feast. Scrooge marveled at their happiness despite their struggles. The spirit then took Scrooge to other parts of the jungle. They visited a group of monkeys working together to gather fruit, singing songs as they labored. They saw a lonely old howler monkey, sharing his small stash of bananas with a group of young chimps. Everywhere they went, Scrooge saw kindness, generosity, and celebration. Finally, they returned to the village. The spirit led Scrooge to a clearing where Fred Monkey, Scrooge's cheerful nephew, was hosting a gathering. Monkeys sat in a circle, playing games and laughing. Fred Monkey spoke about Scrooge. "I feel sorry for him," Fred said. "He misses out on all the fun because of his own stubbornness, but I feel like he'll change someday." Scrooge felt a pang of regret, but said nothing. As the night wore on, the orangutan began to age. Its fur turned gray, and its once bright eyes grew dim. "My time here is short," it said. "The jungle is vast, and there is more for you to see." The spirit pointed to two small, wretched monkeys hiding in the shadows. Their fur were matted, and their eyes were hollow. "These are ignorance and want," the spirit said gravely. "Beware of them both, but especially ignorance, for it leads to ruin." "Have they no refuge or resource?" Scrooge asked. The ghost turned to him, its voice grave. "Are there no work troops or prisons? Can they find shelter there?" It threw Scrooge's earlier words back at him. Before Scrooge could reply, the spirit disappeared, leaving him alone. A cold wind blew through the clearing. A dark, hooded figure emerged from the darkness, looming before him, the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
All right.
I just picture the orangutan of Christmas Present just being like, "I want to be like you," from the Jungle Book.
From the Jungle Book, right? I personally picture the jungle like full of like King Julian running all around like yeah. So
100%.
Wait, isn't he a lemur?
It's Christmas.
Whatever, aren't they monkeys? Aren't lemurs monkeys?
What's the Jungle Book orangutan?
Marsupials.
Marsupials. Oh yeah, what was
King
his
Louis.
name?
King Louis. Yeah,
we were just in the mall earlier, and they had like a giant Funko Pop of him that I wanted to buy.
Because I just can't wait to be king. Wait, is that a different movie?
The Lion King.
Rafiki was in that movie.
Right. There's monkeys everywhere. Simba. Okay, carrying on. Scrooge stared at the shadowy figure before him. It was massive. A dark gorilla cloaked entirely in black, its face hidden beneath the shadows of a hood. One long arm extended from the cloak, ending in a skeletal paw that pointed silently into the distance. "Are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come?" Scrooge asked, his voice quivering. The gorilla did not answer, but nodded slightly. Scrooge's fur bristled. "You're here to show me what will happen if I don't change, aren't you?" The ghost remained silent, its paw beckoning Scrooge to follow. Scrooge obeyed. They began to move, the jungle around them growing darker and colder with each step. The vibrant noises of the jungle faded into eerie stillness. The spirit led Scrooge into a gathering of monkeys in a clearing. They were older baboons, business-minded types who dealt in trade. Scrooge recognized them as associates from the banana exchange. "I thought he would never die. He never shared a single banana with anyone," one baboon said, scratching his chin. "Who's taking over his banana trade?" asked another. "Who cares?" muttered the third. "He didn't really have any friends anyways. I'm just glad it wasn't me." Scrooge's tail twitched nervously. "Spirit, who are they talking about?" The ghost said nothing, but its paw pointed to a lonely tree hollow deep in the jungle. Inside, Scrooge saw a ragged old nest. The hollow was bare except for a few scattered banana peels and some old dusty ledgers. The lifeless monkey lay in the corner, covered by a tattered leaf. No one had come to mourn. No one had come to pay respects. Thieves crept into the hollow, scavenging what little remained. They laughed as they divided up the spoils, throwing insults at the deceased monkey. Scrooge shuddered. "Spirit, who is this miserable creature? Tell me, please." The ghost did not answer. Instead, it led Scrooge to a vine-covered gravestone at the edge of the jungle. The stone was worn and forgotten, overrun by moss and vines. Scrooge crept forward, his paw trembling. He brushed away the leaves to reveal the name carved into the stone. Ebenezer Scrooge Monkey. "No," Scrooge cried. "Please, Spirit, tell me this just is a possible future, not one that must come to pass." The ghost remained silent, its dark figure towering over Scrooge. "I can change. I will change," Scrooge pled. "I'll honor Christmas in my heart every day of the year. I'll be generous, kind, and loving. Please give me a chance to make things right." The ghost's paws trembled, and the darkness around them began to fade. Scrooge felt himself being pulled away, the grave disappearing into the mist. Just a side note for any listeners, Papa Monkey is upstairs making a ton of noise. So sorry.
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
The creaking and stuff kind of adds ambiance.
Well,
very fair point.
Right. So normally Poppy Monkey is pretty diligent about being quiet while we record, but we are in the process of packing up our home. We've bought a new hollow.
Yay!
And we'll be moving. So he's
got a new banana exchange.
Yeah, he's up there doing his part. Up there doing his part. Yay! All right, little monkey, you want to?
Bananas. I had a chocolate banana smoothie earlier, and it tastes like a banana.
Yum.
I have frozen chocolate bananas that I bought at the grocery store. They're really good.
Alrighty then.
Scrooge woke with a start, his tail twitching wildly. He was in his bed, the sunlight streaming through the leaves of his treehouse, and the cheerful sounds of the jungle greeted his ears. He leapt from his hammock, chattering with excitement. The dark vision was gone, and he was alive. He danced around the room, laughing and crying at the same time. "I'm still here. The spirit gave me another chance," he shouted, swinging from vine to vine in his treehouse. "I'll make things right. I'll be the jolliest monkey in the jungle." He scurried to the window and called down to a young monkey who was leaping through the branches below. "You there, little one, what day is it?" The young monkey scratched his head. "It's Christmas Day, of course."
Of course.
"Christmas Day!" Scrooge exclaimed, overjoyed. "Then I haven't missed it. The spirits did it all in one night." His laughter echoed through the jungle as he swung down to meet the youngster. "Do you know the banana stall at the edge of the clearing?" Scrooge asked. "Of course. Go there and buy the biggest bunch of bananas they have. Tell them to deliver it to Bob Cratchit Monkey's treehouse, quickly. Here's some coin for your trouble." The young monkey darted off, hooting with excitement.
Just got a Skyrim side quest.
Right? The young monkey darted off, hooting with excitement, while Scrooge prepared for the day. He combed his fur and adorned himself with a garland of bright jungle flowers, something he hadn't done in years. Scrooge swung through the jungle, greeting every monkey he saw with a cheerful "Merry Christmas." His joyous demeanor startled some, but soon his good mood spread, and the entire jungle buzzed with his newfound energy. Scrooge surprised his nephew, Fred Monkey, when he arrived at the family festive gathering that afternoon. The other monkeys gasped as Scrooge Monkey walked into the clearing, carrying a bundle of fresh fruits to share. "Uncle Scrooge," Fred exclaimed, his tail curling with delight. "You came." "Indeed I did, nephew," Scrooge said warmly, "and I brought something for everyone."
I'm sorry, when he said "indeed I did, nephew," I just picture Snoop Dogg as Scrooge. "Indeed I did, nephew."
Folk shizzle.
The monkeys feasted, played games, and laughed until the sun dipped below the horizon. For the first time in years, Scrooge felt the warmth of companionship. The next morning, Scrooge swung to Bob Cratchit Monkey's treehouse, where the Cratchit troop were still marveling over the enormous bunch of bananas that had arrived the day before. Scrooge greeted Bob with a loud, broad grin. Words are hard.
His grin was loud, dude.
It was. I could hear it from here.
Bob, he said, I see you've...
Wow.
Bob, he said.
Just end the story there. Bob.
Bob, he said, I've been a grumpy old monkey for too long. From now on, things will be different. I'm giving you a raise, and I'll ensure that Tiny Tim Monkey gets all the help he needs to grow strong and healthy. Bob Monkey was speechless, his tail swishing with surprise. Thank you, Mr. Scrooge, thank you. Scrooge kept his promise. He became a second father to Tiny Tim, who grew stronger with each passing day. And in the jungle, Scrooge Monkey was no longer known as a miser, but as the kindest, most generous monkey of them all. From that day forward, Scrooge Monkey swung through life with joy in his heart, spreading kindness and goodwill to every creature in the jungle, keeping the sound of Tiny Tim squeaking, "God bless us, every monkey," upon his heart.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yay!
It's a short little story, but it's cute for Christmas.
It's a bit creepy. Like, you'd think Bob would be like, how do you know about Tiny Tim? Why were you looking through my window?
So here, like...
Also, you're a jerk. I don't know if I want you around my kids.
Right, but see, here's what you guys never really got to see. Like I mentioned, my granddad would read that poem, but when I was a child, this came on TV. Like it was a live action, like actors, not like a cartoon thing.
I think I've seen that once before.
Yes, and it was very creepy, and it scared you.
Yeah,
sort of like Wizard of Oz.
Kind of like It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes.
I was thinking as we read this, like this would be a great like Disney animated film with the monkeys.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
feel free to take it, Disney. We don't care.
No. No, you pay us money.
Lots of money. Lots of money. Pay us lots of money.
It's Disney. They have money to spend.
They do have money to spend. We, however, have no money, but you know what we do have?
Got some mischief.
We always have mischief. Yes, indeed, we do. Some mischief.
This is the last one of the year.
It is. It probably is. You're right, because we will be taking a break after this.
One might say a sabbatical.
We are gonna do like some of our favorite clips in a like montage that will come out as a regular episode, but there probably won't be a Monkey Mischief in that one.
Yeah, that episode might actually end up being a little bit longer than typical as well.
Yeah. So just a heads up for the listeners. This show is coming out on Christmas Day. We will be taking next Wednesday off. So there will be a look back. You know, we've all selected some of our favorite moments from the last year. It's hard to believe we've been doing this a year now. And so we're looking forward to sharing those with you. Unfortunately, those of you who have found us with video or have migrated over to video, some of those may not have video content with them. It'll just matter, when we get into the editing, what that looks like. We'll do our best, but it'll be a look back for us while we take some much deserved downtime. As I mentioned, we were packing up our tree fort, moving to Beverly Hills. No, what was that movie? That TV show? And they moved to Beverly Hills.
Beverly
Hillbillies.
Oh, I was thinking Fresh Prince, and I was like, it's totally not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's Bel Air, stupid.
Bel Air. Yeah. So you'll get that episode, and then we'll be back after the first of the year with a 1-year anniversary show. So yay.
Yeah, boy.
Now back to the mischief. And so if you don't know what we're talking about, clearly you're new here. Go like, follow, and subscribe. We're holding.
You got a lot of catching up to do.
You do. You got to, you know what? And you got like 2 weeks to get it done. But anyhow, Monkey Mischief is a segment of the show where we start out in social media. On Mondays, we post the opening to a dad joke. I mean, these are awesome dad jokes too, right? Like you don't find dad jokes any better than what you get on Monkey Mischief. Then we ask you to drop your best guess in social media. Join us here on Wednesdays, and we do the big reveal. You can see if you got the punchline correctly. And first of all, we give these two, as Jason pointed out last week, Banana Bashers a chance to get the question right. So if you joined us this week in social media, you would have seen, what do you call a monkey who makes potato chips? I see your brain cells dying.
I think I know. Maybe not.
Well, you could try.
Grease monkey?
Oh, that's a good guess, but no.
That is a good guess.
That is a good guess.
I was gonna say like a play on the word tater, like imitator, but like chimp
it's a good day, tater.
Yeah, whatever.
No, what you call a monkey who makes potato chips is a chipmunk.
Ha!
Jesus Christ.
Very good.
Which is actually more like a squirrel and less like a monkey, but it was still kind of funny.
Squirrel.
And that joke is courtesy of Elf on a Shelf. So thanks, Elf on a Shelf.
Awesome.
I wish
you got a sticker.
Yeah, I got a sticker.
Stop watching me, please.
Right. Yes.
Go away.
And stop doing weird stuff around my house because I don't even have any kids at home for you to scare.
I don't buy hot dogs and I keep finding hot dogs.
I've seen some really good ones.
I have no idea what's happening.
We're talking about Elf on a Shelf. You've never Googled Elf on a Shelf and seen all the crazy things people do with him?
Oh, I was going to say, like, I know what Elf on a Shelf is. I just have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you should give it a shot.
Okay.
Anyways, if you think you have a dad joke that is worthy of monkey mischief, much like Elf on a Shelf did, you can visit us at www.monkeysunfiltered.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. There is a submission form. You had your hand raised?
Yeah. Would you like a double monkey mischief feature?
Sure. It's the last show of the year.
Right. Sorry to interrupt your outro there, but I'll give like a little fun Christian one real quick. So why did the worms not come onto Noah's Ark in an apple?
I don't know.
Something to do with Windows. No.
No, it's because they had to come in pairs. All right, and I actually have one.
That's a good one. You got a sticker.
I have one more actually. This is real quick. So you have to know your Bible to know this one. What type of man was Boaz before he was married?
Single.
Ruthless.
Oh God. Yeah, because his wife's name is Ruth.
Yeah.
Dang, why didn't I know that? Oh my goodness.
Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Banana.
Oh,
Banana Republic.
Who?
Knock knock.
Who's there? I know this.
Banana.
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 Knock knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Orange.
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 Who?
Orange.
Orange. You glad I didn't say banana?
I love that one.
Classic.
Okay, so if you think you have a joke that is fitting for all of this nonsense, once again, you can visit us at www.monkeysunfiltered.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page. There is a submission form there. If we voice your la 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 la, if we voice your joke on air, Hayden, what do they get?
A sticker.
Oh my God.
Wow. That came to you live from the toilet, just so you know.
He's laying a sticker for you right now, fresh off the presses. You're going to want to grab that one while it's hot. Ew.
It's steaming a little bit.
Ooh.
Turn the fan on and close the door.
Oh my God. You sound like Papa Monkey now. Turn the fan on.
That's great.
Okay, this show has gone into the toilet super fast. Hey, where's Bronco?
He's in his crate because I can't trust him to calm the heck down while I'm recording.
Okay.
Also, we're pretty certain he has a UTI, so he's peeing everywhere.
Wait. Bronco's not the newest dog anymore.
I know, but
Oh yeah.
Finn will be waiting to make his guest star appearance in the new year because he's sleeping.
Oh
He's sleeping.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
When
he sleeps, we let him sleep.
We'll leave that for a tease then. Finn exists.
Yeah. Bronco didn't
I'm
reign
sorry,
for
he's
long.
licking his balls.
Bring his ass over here then.
Equally important, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah, because them suckers are going away in a couple of weeks. Hold on.
Right. You got to love them while you can, bud.
I can't. Hold on.
No, bring him over. Pick his ass up.
See him? He's licking his balls.
Right.
I'm not going to take his few minutes of joy away because his balls are going away soon.
Well, at least he's not humping your other retriever.
Oh, no, he just humps all the dog beds in the house. Like, I'm like, stop it.
Yeah, Dawn called him a hump machine earlier.
Hey, Athena don't even got that, and she humps.
The first day he was here, that sucker humped anything and everything. He's calmed down a lot, but yeah. We go see Dr. Garrett, our vet, who we love, next week, and we'll get him an appointment to get all that taken care of.
Yeah, Bronco will be about 3 months, and he'll
Do we have to go for like a higher rating now because we showed ball licking?
Oh, God.
I didn't see testicles. It's okay.
Okay, good. I mean, we talked about ball licking. Is that okay? Is it okay to talk about licking your balls with your mom?
What is this podcast?
What are we
doing?
Right. Okay, then.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thanks for being here. And just remember, we are off next week. You will get a best of from our personal moments, and we can't wait to start the new year off with you guys in season 2 of Monkeys Unfiltered.
You boy, tune in.
Ciao.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Hello.
It's over. Bye. Welcome to this episode of Monkeys Unfiltered, where the monkeys are going to gather around the imaginary fire. Wait, let's try it again. Damn it.
Sorry. I don't know why that was so funny.
Well, I hate when I did. We've been so good. We've been so good.